BuffaloBrotherhood.com.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. That still gets me.
I gotta fix it.
That's all right. No, don't. It's become a thing now.
No.
It's like falling off a waterfall for me.
What
now.
number is this?
76.
Okay, episode 100. I'll fix it.
It started at episode 50.
I know.
That's all right. It's okay.
Episode 50?
Episode 50 is when we started that.
Started what?
Because we changed everything up at 50.
Yeah, we still haven't gotten the new, like the extra that Mike was supposed
anytime you lazy punks want to go through
Hey.
all these past episodes and find funny stuff to
I
put
just-
in there,
I
you
just-
go right ahead.
I bankrolled this operation. It's not my job.
Every episode has 1,000 things that are funny in it, Mike. It would only just take one or two.
Go for it.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is episode 76 of the BOBcast, the Buffalo Brotherhood podcast. I am Ryan, and alongside me, as always,
The hardworking Mike.
absolutely, and the Daddy Warbucks of the operation,
Doug.
And we are joined this week for a very special guest, Blair. Hi, Blair. How's it going?
It's going well. How are you guys doing?
We're doing well. We're having fun. We're getting ready to do a podcast.
Are we?
So
Are you answering?
I'm speaking for you and for you.
We're getting ready to do a podcast.
We're getting ready to get into
We
a
haven't
podcast.
started recording yet, right?
We are recording, and this is the podcast. See, Blair, they don't love me.
this point in time, we were recording.
I don't hear him at all.
Yeah, we lost you.
We lost Doug.
Wiggle that microphone there, bro.
Hello?
There
There-
you are.
oh,
Somehow
there
I
it is.
turned it off. I don't even know.
Oh,
We're professionals.
the force.
Evidently, I
Use the
did.
force.
I got to find an interesting fact about 76 since I started to do that.
Oh.
You know, so.
In episode 50?
No, I don't know. I just randomly.
Okay, this is
It's a Lucas number.
it's a Lucas number.
It's a Lucas number.
It's all coming up
There,
crazy.
to lead in, a Lucas number
Daisies today.
is an integer sequence named after the mathematician something. He's French.
Do you think he was
That's-
ever featured
that's
on
interesting.
Stargazers?
Francois Edouard
already.
Anatoly Lucas, who studied both that sequence and the closely related Fibonacci numbers.
You ready? Dun dun. Did I do it well enough?
You did a good job.
Did it well enough?
I don't have any
I'm
of
going to
that
explain
stuff
this to
ready.
Blair, and then honestly, it's episode 76. So in case you're jumping into this right now,
And there were
so-
76 trombones in a big parade.
There were.
That's true.
There were. I don't remember the next number.
88 coordinates passing by.
Sure.
The Sphere to 76.
Followed by rows and rows of
76, Sunoco, right? Gas
Right.
station, Conoco, Phillips.
1776 is a pretty important
So,
year
yeah,
here.
it was a good year for
True,
America.
for America,
I guess.
Okay, while they're talking this, Blair, I'll just tell you, and anybody that hasn't been listening on a regular
The
basis.
76ers.
Sure,
Oh,
sure.
touche.
That's next week's
Okay.
episode. Next week, we're going to talk
So,
about
see,
basketball.
it's quite a topical number, Ryan.
Doug is all full of piss and vinegar this evening. He's ready to roll. He's excited.
I feel
'cause
the
it's Force
force.
Friday.
I feel
That's
the
right.
force.
Blair, every show that we do, we sort of do two shows at the same time. Now, I pull the curtain back. I'll tell you how the sausage is made. If anybody's listening that hasn't listened to this before, you don't like the sausage is made.
It's just weird. With this many guys in the room, I don't like you saying. So this is how we make the sausage.
It doesn't have to be that way, Doug. It doesn't have to be that way. So we like to just sit back and relax for an episode, and then we're going to have a topical episode featuring Blair next week, all about sort of his all about Blair. We're just going to call it all about Blair.
All right.
All about Blair, which Blair is a basketball coach here in this part of Indiana, and it's something he's been doing for a really long time. So we had him come on the podcast so we could talk about that to him and how he balances that with his life and other hobbies and interests and so forth, and maybe what drives him to do that sort of stuff. But don't answer that yet, because we got to come back next week to talk about that. This
right.
week, we're just cutting up, essentially just filling airtime. We're filling up ear holes is what we're trying to do. And the biggest thing that's happened this week,
The biggest.
it to me was the biggest thing that happened this week.
That's a bold statement.
It is the biggest thing that happened this week.
Okay.
And if I think anybody can send a clear message to Amazon on how Prime Day sucks, it's Star Wars, because they did Force Friday today. I bought more Star Wars toys now than I ever have in my whole entire life. Not because I had to, but just because I felt like I wanted to. Let's rewind ourselves 2 months back to Prime Day, the Amazon's greatest attempt to create a holiday out of nothing. They failed miserably. But Force Friday feels like something
That's
I can't
because
wait
the
to do
best
next
deal
year.
that you could get on Amazon Prime Day was a 55-gallon drum of lube.
It's true.
Wow.
They had a special.
That's a lot of lube.
Okay. All right. Doug, we're all about how the sausage is made today, aren't we?
We are.
So, I mean, Blair, I don't know. Are you a Star Wars fan?
I mean, it's not something that I'm necessarily interested in, but
You're not going to offend us.
if I were to ever see it come across TV,
Ryan might cry.
If I ever were to see it come across TV, it would definitely be something I would introduce my kids to, just to kind of get them, them out in the open. Just they can build their own opinions about it. So,
see, and as a family guy, and as a new father, or a father, I guess maybe not new. No, it's been the shiny, all the brand new shiny stuff is no longer shiny. You're in the hard work of parenting now. Yeah. But to me, that's probably one of the reasons why I did. Go because I want to make sure that my kids are exposed to. I'm also like dying to know what the movie's going to be about, so that I can act really, really smart and impressive in December. So I love
how he's pretending to act. It's really about the kids.
I'm just trying to scrape every possible nugget of enjoyment out of this. But like to me, last night felt like a holiday. Yeah. And in fact, what had happened was I wasn't necessarily as prepared as I should have been as a school teacher. I had no intentions of going out to Force Friday. Really, I didn't. I was just going to watch. I watched the YouTube stuff on the unboxing stuff on YouTube. I just sort of glanced at what sort of the exclusive stuff was going to be at different locations and stuff. But I had no intentions of going out because it's midnight on a night when I got to be up at 6 a.m. the next morning to get ready to go to school and teach in front of 24 kids. So I had no intentions of going out, but we had a giant science project due today, and I, ill-prepared, did not buy the eggs that were necessary in order to do the science project. So at 10:30, 10:35, 10:40 last night, I remembered this as I was mentally making my checklist as I'm powering down to go to bed, and I was like, I guess I could just go to a gas station in the morning and buy all the eggs they have. It'll cost me a bunch more, but I don't have to get out of bed. But then it was like, wait, it's Force Friday. This is fortuitous. So if I've got to get out of bed to buy eggs, of course it's going to be on Force Friday. I need to get up and go. So I got up, I got dressed, I took off, and I went to Walmart. And then when I got to Walmart, actually I drove by Toys R Us, the store, just to see. There was a line of about 8 or 9 people. Wow. And I was like, it's an hour till the store opens. There's only 9 people in line. Probably not going to be that big a deal. I'll be honest.
It's kind of surprising.
You were surprised to see that there was at least 9, or
no, that there was only 9.
Well, see, that's kind of what I thought. I remember when Phantom Menace came out, and I do remember when they did that Monday release of the Phantom Menace toys, and that was a big deal. Like people were clawing through the stores to try to get these toys that.
Well, yeah, it'd been 30 years,
and I think part of that too was people were still really naive on the value of toys, so they were like, "Star Wars toys are always worth a lot of money. We got to go buy Star Wars toys." Not understanding how supply and demand has changed like 30 years previously.
Right.
At least for toys. People collect toys now, so toys are never really going to be worth anything because other people collect them. It's the scarcity and the rarity that makes a big difference. So if you're lucky enough to buy a toy for something that ends up being popular in 30 years that isn't popular now, that's the toys that are going to be worth a lot of money. But Star Wars toys are never going to be worth a lot of money because everybody buys them. Mm-hmm. And they collect them, and they keep them good,
right.
Keep them in the box and so forth.
The only thing that'll ever be worth money will be stuff from the original trilogy, that
still remains.
Boba Fett that has the wrong arm on it or whatever.
That's an investment piece right there.
Yeah,
you buy that right there with all your money now, and then the government can't tax you for it as it sits and gains value inside your safe.
Right, just like a Picasso.
That's right. So only 8 or 9 people. I was kind of surprised. So I went ahead and drove over to Walmart at that point to buy my eggs, and I went and I checked, and their stuff was already out. Like there was like one guy in a pharmacy jacket that was like, I'm just putting stuff out. So I like stopped and I looked at the Legos, and I had like one of the X-Wings in my hand. I'm thinking like, these honestly feel pretty cool, and it looks pretty neat. And given the basic price of toys these days, it's not that much of your income. But I remained strong. I wasn't gonna do it. I told myself if the only thing I would buy was like the books, because there's gonna be some like juvenile books that are coming out to help you sort of lay the foundation before your kids see the movies. I was like, I'll just buy the books for my kids, and that's the one thing that I'll buy. I'll get to be a part of Force Friday, but I'm not buying just more plastic in my house.
Yeah.
Well, I talked to the guy at Walmart, and he was like, well, we don't really own the books. Like, there's another company that comes and stocks books, and they're probably not going to come out here at midnight and stock books. Sorry, there's no chance you're going to get any books. I thought, well, all right, so Walmart's not going to work. So how bad do I want these books? Because they're probably at Toys R Us.
Yeah.
Because Toys R Us has all of this.
Oh,
they're
yeah.
opening up at midnight. Surely they have everything. So I send a call out, you know. I call my Brotherhood members, you know. I call my boys in the BOBcast, and I'm like, hey, who wants to go to Force Friday tonight? And neither one of them responded.
It was like 10:30, and I was like, I've already watched my evening show, and I have to work tomorrow.
I've had my tea. I'm not even going to respond and tell him no.
Right.
So
I just didn't see it.
So then, like,
My phone was on silent, so
I waited a while, and I walked around Walmart, and I went and got my eggs, and I thought, well, they can at least respond. You know, it's the decent thing to do, to just respond. So I sent another text message. So is that a no? You're not coming, or you don't want to, or what? And then, lo and behold, Doug comes in on the white steed of justice. I'll be right there. Well, Doug lives 45 minutes away, so maybe 35 minutes away. But he arrived at Toys R Us at 11:45. Now, I got there at about 11:30, and I had a nice, sweet spot in line behind those 9 nerds.
Wow.
Yeah. When they showed up, it was about a line of like 25 people at that point. So we did the cool thing, you know. I got out of line, let everybody move up, and I went to the back of the line to be with my friends. They only had 24 posters. So I didn't
know if you would have said they were giving away the free posters. I would have cut in line. I just would have walked up there.
So we didn't get a poster, but we did get the commemorative Lego piece that I gave to my boss today. He was super stoked to get something, and then I went in and I got a Kylo Ren for my son. Now I don't like. Your son's probably a little too young to have this discussion yet.
Probably.
But this is something that any discussion at this point. But this is something that weighs heavily on my mind. Okay, when I was a child and I did role play, played GI Joes or whatever, I was the good guy. I was always the good guy. If I was playing Ninja Turtles, I never pretended to be Shredder. Me and the Turtles, we fought Shredder.
Yeah.
I wasn't ever in the Foot Clan. I wasn't a Bebop. I was never a Rocksteady. I was a turtle.
Yeah.
This guy always wants to be the bad guy. His favorite movie is Empire. My favorite movie is
best one.
My favorite movie is Return of the Jedi. I see. Like there's evilness underneath that smile. That's not a happy smile. That's an evil smile. My son always wants to be the bad guy.
Well,
and
it works out.
But it speaks volumes to me because I'm like, I don't want you to be the bad guy, man.
Yeah.
I don't want you to pretend to cause mayhem and ruckus.
You want him to follow in your footsteps.
I want you to be the hero like Dad is. Come on, let's fight the bad guys together.
Yep.
Don't always fight me.
Yep.
But no, but I succumbed to the dark side essentially, and I got him a Kylo Ren figure, and then because I want to make sure that I'm keeping gender equality and keeping my girl in the game,
There you go.
I bought a Rey figure for my daughter, and then a friend of mine I work with has been talking about Captain Phasma for a long time and how excited he was for Captain Phasma's character, so I bought him a Captain Phasma and gave him Captain Phasma this morning, so he was pretty pumped and stoked, and so I didn't buy anything for myself, which I'm okay with because really, like I explained to my kids, like it's just plastic.
Yeah.
We got to see the movie. We can't really go head over heels, but it was Force Friday. It felt like a holiday, and I wanted to sort of celebrate it. So there we go.
There you go.
My son's already went to Target and bought Poe Dameron already, so he already has 2. But that was his money, not my money. I didn't, and I tried to talk him out of it, but he was like he like had 2 characters. He had like Poe Dameron, the X-wing fighter, the pilot,
right?
And then he had what was it? Republican trooper. So he had like one of the A-list guys, and then he just had an extra.
Yeah.
And he really couldn't decide which one he wanted to get. And I think that's the biggest flaw that we have right now with Force Friday. And that is these kids are going to get these toys. Most of them, I mean, if they are kids that get the toys, most of them are too young. They probably haven't really internalized the original 3 movies anyway. Maybe they're most familiar with the prequels or Star Wars Rebels or Clone Wars or the cartoons or whatever. But they're going to get like a Kylo Ren and have no idea how to play with it.
Yep.
They're going to be like, no, that's Darth Vader. Well, I don't know what to do with this guy, Dad. But that was a pretty big deal. I did keep my eye open for a BB-8, a Spiro BB-8. I love Spiro. They're an awesome company that does robots for kids in schools, and they were the company that got picked up to make the little robot that was the ball with the head on top. I don't know if you've seen it.
Are they making the one that's controlled with your phone?
Yeah.
Because there's another one.
Yeah, there's another
Target
one.
had that. I don't know if it...
$30. The one with your phone is $140.
Oh, I thought the one was $80 at Target.
I was very.
There's a lot. That's one thing I will say has been interesting is there's a lot of scalability. They have like 4 different Millennium Falcons that fly.
Yeah, they've got one with the big like blade, just one single, and then they've got the 4 drone style.
And then they've got the Air Hog one that just floats right over the ground.
I was tempted to get the Falcon drone. I was
going to work on it, but honestly, I left it. I ran out of energy.
Well, it was that one, and then they had like a 4-foot tall Darth Vader statue and a Stormtrooper statue that were really cool.
Now, did they have the Sentry mode?
The what?
The Sentry mode. Some of the big Stormtroopers that they have now, they have something called Sentry mode that you can like put them in the corner of your
like
room.
Big Mouth Billy Bass.
And then when they walk in, they're like halt. You know.
I don't know. I don't know if they did that or not. That would have been cool. I doubt that they did, but that'd be cool if they did.
Okay. Did you see? Okay. Spoilers here. Have you seen what any of the toys say yet? Because there's the Captain Phasma, like the big Captain Phasma doll that speaks. She says something like FIN 1873 fire now. So she's talking to something or someone with the numbers like FIN 573 fire now. And then you hit the Finn doll.
Yeah.
At one point he says FIN 173 reporting in. So we know that Finn wakes up in the Stormtrooper suit. So sort of the speculation is that FIN 173 is when he's either pretending to be a Stormtrooper or when he is a Stormtrooper.
Right.
And he must be under the command of Captain Phasma at some point because she's telling him FIN 173 to fire. And then he's saying, come in.
So his number is FIN.
Finn.
And his name is
But we don't even know that his name is Finn. The interesting thing, well, we do now because it's in the toys, but we don't know how it's going to be.
Yeah, but it's FIN. So that doesn't mean that that's his name.
But if you look at the toy, FYNN is how they spell it on all the toys.
interesting.
I don't know. Sorry, guys. I didn't mean to I felt like the air went out of the room there for a second.
We're getting off into the weeds there, Ryan.
I'm sorry. I'll pull it back in. We'll pull it back in.
Did you see the X-Wing air hogs?
Yes, they fly too. They're pretty cool.
How does that work?
They don't hover. They have to keep flying.
Yeah.
Because their fans...
I almost would rather have that. That's pretty cool.
I heard that they're much more difficult to control.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's... What's crazy about these things is they are foam.
But it's a really dense... It's super light, but it's a really dense, pretty durable foam.
I hope so.
Did you watch the unveiling?
All I saw was...
Did you see Quill on the unveiling?
No, I didn't watch the unveiling. To be honest, there were very few toys I was really interested in. One of them was the BB-8 remote control because I wanted to see if they did it exactly like the toy, the animatronic one.
The $150 one is exactly like that.
And that's pretty amazing to me to know that they can do that way, that on that cheap of a scale. The thing I can't understand is it's
$150. That's not cheap.
Comparably to make it move exactly like a probably $6,000 to probably $15,000 animatronic thing in the movie.
But the Spiro robots have been around for a long time. Just the round robots that move that way have been around a long time. The issue is how the head works, and then your people have already broke them apart on you. I'm gonna go buy this toy at Best Buy immediately, take it out in the parking lot, and smash it in half.
Well, they made so much money to just break it apart. So, what's the name of this company?
Spiro. S
PHERO.
They're probably gonna be waylaid today, but 2 years ago, I contacted him to find out how much refurbished robots would be for my classroom, and they told me that they could give us, if I bought 10 or more, they could sell them to me for $70 a piece. And I wrote a grant on them, but I didn't get the grant. That's all right.
So
You win, lose. You win some, you lose some.
So Spiro has been making. So it's the ball that's moving. It's not
Yes.
the head moving the ball.
Right.
So the head is just a magnetic piece on top
There's
of it.
a magnet. Okay, so there's the tracks that are inside the ball is like one central column here, and then there's little lights that shine, so you can sort of see where the quote unquote front of this of BB-8 is. And then the original Spiros, they had lights inside them too, but what they've done is essentially just extended it with a pretty strong magnet,
Okay.
and then so that magnet will stick. So as it like rolls forward, it leans back, so the head sort of comes back. But the head also has wheels on it, so it can turn and
look
can turn and
stuff
look
like-
at the front.
I saw it can like project things too.
It can't. That's augmented reality. What happens is you record the video.
Oh
with your
yeah,
phone.
yeah. It's through the phone. Okay, yeah.
You record videos to your phone, then you can like hover the phone over it, and then the screen will look like it's a hologram, but really
it's only
just-
about yay big.
yeah. It's 4 inches
Total.
tall total.
Yeah, there's the augmented reality thing. So if anyone can see that in the video there, that was an awful shot of it, but I wonder how long the battery lasts. Does it
60
say?
minutes is what they've said.
Oh, it's right here in front of me. There you go.
Am I
Inductive
getting this all
charging.
this stuff right? I feel impressed.
What's its range?
Oh, I don't know. I know that the one of the only
you
critiques, one of the only critiques, besides that it does have a pretty significant learning curve on how to actually control it effectively,
It's a ball. It's got to be hard to do.
is that you have to have, for whatever reason, like you have to have the phone almost right on it to get it to connect the first time. Like anytime you're like starting it for the first time,
It's Bluetooth.
the phone technically like it has to be very close to it to make an initial connection.
$150. That's
On eBay right now for $300.
That's not bad. But why would you do that? They're not saying they're sold out on their website.
Well, I don't know why they're doing it because people are dumb, I guess.
Let me see what it says here. Let me try and buy one.
Hey, Doug.
What?
Mikey wants to buy one.
You want to buy a BB-8?
Hey, Doug.
$150.
Mikey wants to buy one, Doug.
We'll do an unboxing on our YouTube video.
Actually, no, we'll just break it
No, we don't want to do that.
and see if Mikey can put it back together.
We'll see. We'll
It's
see.
very
I'll
interesting.
I'll think about it. It's
I
a
put
lot
it-
smaller than what I.
My birthday's
It's not
in a
very
couple
big.
weeks. So
It's not very
your
big.
birthday happened.
Yeah, it did. My birthday happened.
Your birthday happened since the last show.
It did, right? Yeah.
Well, happy belated birthday.
Is this where like the cake comes out? Oh, this is a good. Nice job, Mike. I didn't even know.
No. Sarah, bring in the cake.
What she
She
said.
said,
It's
what?
like, what?
What? We have cake? Yeah, my birthday happened. We had a good time. Just basically hang out with. I mean, when you get as old as I am, 30,
25,
30,
right?
35. No, I'm fine with it. I own my age.
Okay.
When you get as old as I am, big 35, you just sort of have a birthday. I mean, my kids did a good job. I will say that Noah made me an awesome Star Wars card. He, with his mother's help, I'm sure.
Yeah.
He took his hand and painted it green, with the thumb here, and then
Here?
pushed it here, and then the fingers were brown, and then he gave it like another Yoda ear, and it looked like a Yoda face with a brown robe, with two big green ears, and it said "Yoda best, Dad."
I didn't realize that was his handprint.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And Zoe did like a footprint, and then red hands for Super Dad. So
I got one of those for Father's Day.
yeah. But thank goodness for Pinterest. All the creative
Right.
ideas look
Yes.
exactly the same.
They're really not taking. They're not really taking advantage of a higher price on the BB-8. It's $129.99 for the regular Sphero, and it's $149 for the BB-8.
well,
So that's
okay.
good. I mean, I would assume if this is $130, that would have been $200.
But you gotta. I think the big thing with what Spiro's getting out of this is you can't pay for this kind of marketing. I mean, they're gonna be set forever.
I want
because
to
of
know
this
who
one
makes
stupid
the
toy.
Target one.
Oh, yeah, I don't know either, Mike. I was gonna try to come up with a joke, and honestly, I failed. I apologize.
Good job.
Zero.
Zero
Makes
instead
it.
of Sphero.
Instead of Sphero.
That's okay.
Zero.
If we could have been quicker with it, Doug, I'd give you full points. But you brought it in late, so it's 10% off. Anything else happen? Now we could talk about some movies coming out. I don't know. You big movie fan?
Yeah. You know, former Blockbuster employee. So.
Oh, hey, I worked at Dave's Video. I hated you guys.
Oh, yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah, you lasted longer though. I think. No.
Well, I worked at Dave's Video in Hartford City, so no, we technically
okay,
didn't. But the one here is still open, I guess. But yeah, I would always feel dirty. But you guys over here in Muncie, I would go to the MacGyver store.
That's
here.
the one I worked at.
Oh, maybe I would. Well, no, because I'm like 10 years older than you. So probably not. But I just remember, like, we would close at 10, and then I would get in my car and drive to Muncie to rent movies from. There's a good chance.
Hasbro makes
it may not be terrible. The one I saw was pretty terrible because it kept
$80
bouncing back and forth on its head. Maybe I saw the $40 one. But I'd drive over here because you guys would be open till midnight.
Yeah.
And I'd rent movies off you guys. But, okay, so Halloween's coming up.
Yes.
Some scary movies are coming out.
Yeah.
There are.
Two in particular. I just have to ask if I've seen these trailers. The Clown trailer?
No.
Have you guys seen the new... who's the guy that did like Cabin Fever? Eli Roth?
Yeah.
No, Cabin. Okay, so Eli
Cabin
Roth.
Fever. That movie's gross.
It is gross. Not scary, but gross. He does this trailer, and I hate to tell you because I want you to watch it. So maybe like at the end of this episode, we'll watch it, and then maybe we could talk about it a little bit during the next episode, or at least get your guys' comments on it.
What's it called?
I'll be honest. I'll pause this and we can watch it and come right back to it.
What's it called?
Clown. And
I've heard of it coming out.
I'm terrified of
clowns. The trailer.
And then the other one, which I really want to see because I love M. Night Shyamalan anyway. Even though a lot of his stuff is junk, but The Visit.
That's the one with
I've heard. Yeah, with
the grandparents.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
I'm just cleaning it.
I'll just say I'd probably give my grandparents one visit, and it would never happen again.
There's got to be a weird twist though.
Well, I know, but I just maybe it's all like fake. Maybe they're not really crazy. They were just like the end of the visit's going to come and they're going to be like, we told you not to come out at 9:30. You should have listened to your grandma and grandpa. I'll see you next summer. And then, like they drive off and they're strangling each other. I don't know, but if you haven't seen the trailer for either one of those, I think
I saw the trailer for the visit.
Yeah. It just cracks me up. It makes me feel weird. I'll be honest.
I haven't watched a scary movie in the theater since probably the Blair Witch.
Saw was the last one. It was like the first date my wife and I went on.
Maybe I did see a Saw movie. Saw came after. It came out after Blair Witch. What year was it?
We was in high school, Doug. It was like 98.
Was it?
Maybe like 2000.
I think it was like 2000. Around there, 99, 2000. I don't remember.
I'm gonna look it up because I'm normally pretty good at movie dates, and I'm saying 98. Hey, if I'm looking this up, somebody else has to talk. Like I can't do both at the same time.
So hold on. So he turns into an actual clown?
Oh, you're watching the trailer?
Yeah.
Oh, it's great. Should I just give him play-by-play here, just so we can talk about
No.
Give us the gist.
Oh, look at his foot.
This is actually better.
The guy transforms.
Oh, it's got the I'm here to fix the cobble guy from I can't think of it. What is that called? Never mind. But yeah, ooh.
How come you don't know when Blair Witch came out? That would have been like I would have to say that would be like a
I got countless jokes coming up in school with that. And
in 99 came out in 99.
That's what I said.
Yeah, you did. I was wrong. I said 98. You win. I'm sorry. Congratulations, you win at life. I had Parrot, so there was a lot of like,
yeah.
Hey Polly, do you need any crackers, Polly? But I imagine you were probably like fine, and then all of a sudden Blair Witch comes out, and it's like you're like.
It was all over.
Man, why did he make fun of Harry Johnson? Now I know how he felt.
Ooh.
What? The blood gushing down the end of the slide?
I haven't got that far yet.
Oh, man. I just tell you what. Have you seen The Visit?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I think The Visit is much worse looking than the clown one. But knowing my personal perversion with clowns, it immediately, I was like, no, I ain't playing this. No way.
At the end.
Yeah.
He looks a little rough there.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Afraid of clowns?
I'm not a big fan. Like I'm man enough that I can just be like, It's just a dude in makeup. It's no big deal.
Yeah.
I'm calm. But like we go through like a haunted core maze. Guy with the clown mask comes out. I'll see you at the end. I'll go through a couple rows and I'll see you at the end.
So did you not like
during those
Haunted trails.
all those haunted trails? You noticed there weren't too many clown costumes spreading amongst it. We even did like a carnival train theme one year. No clowns. No clowns. I didn't buy none of those masks. I'll be honest. Like if I'd have been in the woods and like that would have happened, like I'd have just been like, okay, I'm done.
That was pretty fun.
Those are good times.
Yeah.
Okay, so give some context. I don't know why we're talking about Halloween. Well, I guess tis the season.
Getting close. I mean, it's
at a facility we all used to work at. One of the things we do in October is we always put on Halloween. Do they still do it?
Yes.
They still do haunted trails.
Yes.
That's fabulous. That's great.
Yes.
It's my legacy. I feel like that's my legacy. We used to put on a haunted trail for kids who needed some fall activities that weren't able to get out and about and do other ones. We would do it there in a controlled environment, and it was always great for payback. We all three of us had helped in one form or another, right?
I don't think I ever did.
You never helped?
No.
Okay. But Doug and I worked together for a while, so I'd just be like, if you need us, we'll be gone for the month of October. Leave me a message. I'll go back to you in November about Thanksgiving. Thanks. See you later. So, it was always a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I enjoyed it quite a bit.
But yeah, no clowns. What, are you afraid of anything? I mean, maybe you don't want to admit it.
Snakes.
Snakes?
Yeah.
Don't like the legless ones, huh?
Nope. Outside of that.
What do you think about the Greys?
I don't want to get into that either.
No.
Alien?
Not afraid of the Greys? The alien Greys?
No.
Like if there was one just looking in the window there.
I would be very intrigued.
This is a running joke, Blair. I'll be honest.
Okay. Ryan's terrified of them.
I feel like now I'm terrified. I always feel like I'm being watched. Okay, and this room, honestly, maybe from the side that I sit in, is horrible for it because all I have is windows and reflections.
Yeah.
Windows and reflections, and for some reason, that chair. You see that? There's a chair right through the glass. That white chair. About once every 35 seconds, it catches the peripheral of my vision, and I see a giant alien standing there every time, almost every time, without fail. So it's a constant source of, hey,
Is that better?
That's 1,000 times. Mike just turned the light on out there.
You go.
But it's like 300 watts, and it shines right at my neighbors, so I hate leaving it on.
You don't have to leave it on.
I only turn it on every so often just to look
just
out
to
there.
let them know that you're still here.
Yeah. Hey, I'm watching.
To scare the Greys away.
You have to pull your curtains closed. Yeah. So that's sort of okay. So does anybody have anything else they want to talk about? We've only been at just 30 minutes, and I don't want to necessarily end it early. But I mean, I feel like we've pushed the Force Awakens.
You were really big onto the Star Wars.
Yeah,
I was.
You gotta take care of it, man.
You feel like we did a really good job with it? Like, was that like a compliment? Like, I don't understand. Was that good reporting?
I mean, it was a slow. I don't know.
Did you guys take me up on my recommendation for card?
No, I did not. I've been playing Diablo 3.
Card Crawl? Did you download Card Crawl?
No, not yet.
Okay. Thanks for listening, guys.
No, I honestly, dude, it's been busy.
Card Crawl is an app that I think you guys would like. I got it. It's free, but it's like $3 after if you want to move up in the card realm. But it's a real quick. You can play a game within 5 minutes, and the strategy to it is really good. So basically,
it's really more of a card run than a card crawl.
Yeah. But
maybe even a card sprint. Okay.
Basically, the setup is you have one character and you have 13 health, and you have 2 hands and a satchel. And there's 4 cards that are thrown out in front of you. They'll be either coins, potions, monsters, or shield, or weapon. And you have to put those things in your hand and fight the monsters. And you can only have 1 card left that was drawn left on the table before they'll draw more cards. So you either have to take the damage or put potion on yourself, collect the coins, or fight them with your shield, or your shield will take some of the damage, or your attack with your sword will do it. And then there's all kinds of abilities and stuff like that too. That it's pretty fun. It's 50 cards. You can get through one game within a few minutes. It's actually I really enjoy it.
I think, like, to me, this is okay. So I've never played it before, but when you're talking, I'm looking at the pictures here. It seems a lot like Dungeon Crawl. Have you seen that game? Very similar sort of play style. Dungeon Crawl's on Steam, but it's card based. You improve. It's sort of like a roguelike card game. It's like almost like an FTL card game.
Well, this one there's different setups where you can get different as you gain coins, because you only get the coins if you win, and when you win, your coins can tally up, and then you can unlock new cards. And there's only so many amount of cards you can do in the free app, but then you move on to the paid app. I paid, I think, $3 for the app, and then you unlock to where you can unlock more cards to add different abilities and stuff like that. So I think it's really fun because it's kind of addicting. You'll play probably through 5 or 6 games the first time you sit down and play it, and it's pretty fun. You should check it out.
I'll check it out.
So for free, I mean, it's an easy one to
Once I'm done playing Diablo,
one to pull up. So
what games do you play?
this is the one that you can walk away from Diablo while you're taking a dump and play this game.
Okay.
Or something like that.
I just actually the other night I downloaded it's a Walking Dead game. I'm real big into that now that the Fear of the Walking Dead is started.
We could talk about that.
I haven't watched any of the episodes yet.
You haven't? Oh, Mike.
Yeah, we're caught up.
You are caught up. You watch both of them?
Yeah.
Aren't they awesome?
Yeah.
They are so tense.
Yeah.
You want to talk about it?
Is it good?
We'll try to stay
I'm not
spoilers
sold.
free. Okay.
I'm not.
I wasn't after the first one.
Yeah, that's true. I'm
The
in
second one,
same boat
dude,
with-
I was
yeah.
like on the edge of my seat. Like,
yeah.
When is it? Sunday night still?
Sunday
Yep.
night. Yeah.
I'm sure they'll play catch up.
You know what I kind of feel like? I kind of feel like I'm.
Can you watch on AMC?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll just go do that.
I think I might be a little like, what's the term? Where I'm just
Saturated
like, not
on zombies?
scared anymore, kind of thing. Like not scared, but like not like. I'm like, there's one. Come on, like I'm like I kind of forget while I'm watching it that this is the first time they're running into walkers. So it's like I'm like, there's 3 of you. There's one of them.
Right.
You guys are going to be fine. Like I'm not worried anymore about it. I'm like they're so
They're not
used.
walking into mobs.
And
Of
I'll
them.
tell you one thing that they did really good.
Coming out with just gore and
I'll tell you one thing that
All
they've done
barreled up.
very, very well is comparably to where the timeline of The Walking Dead is, the decay on the walkers.
Yeah.
Because it took everything in her power. I'm going to spoil something here. I don't think I'm giving too
just
much
to
away.
bash his head in with
To
the,
bash his head in.
we won't say who
Now, a rock
He's
could
talking so
go
loud,
right through his
I
skull.
I hear
So-
it through the plug in my.
He's,
What's that?
I said you were
You're
talking so
high.
loud. I was.
Am I?
No, it's all right.
it's the first
Is that
time on the
better?
show you've really been talking.
So I think it's okay, but I don't know if I'm just so sold on the other characters. I almost feel kind of like
Like you're cheating on them.
I don't want to give up
You're
a
like,
lot of stuff.
I won't quit you, Rick. I swear.
Right. I don't want to give a lot of emotion into another show that's just going to leave me hanging as much as The Walking Dead does.
I will
You know,
say,
I feel like I'm
understand
going to
that.
have that. It's just like
Well, it starts
that,
in a month.
come
doesn't it?
on, because
Okay.
AMC has gotten really bad about that.
Yeah.
They did that with the last few seasons of Mad Men. Completely ruined that show.
That's the
in my
next
opinion.
Netflixication, essentially, is sort of what we're.
No.
Yeah, because right now, what everyone is considering a full series of television now is 12 episodes. And if you show 12 episodes in a row, that's 3 months. Well, there's still 9 months of entertainment we can do. So Walking Dead got around a little bit. They do 6 episodes, then they stop, and they give us like
When
3
did
months
that
break
start,
and
though?
start.
When did that start? When did this break
12.
in seasons?
Probably after the
Start.
writers' strike. I mean, the reduction in writing for shows like this, I think, comes from HBO.
I don't
It comes
mind.
from
I don't mind the reduction because the quality of that show is so good.
Well, then what are you talking about?
I don't like the huge break. Give me a good span.
You can't
and then stop.
Well, that's what they
and
do.
Then they take two huge breaks.
Well, for like this one, for Fear of the Walking Dead, why are they going on a 2-week break?
Because it's Labor Day.
And
Well, I know. There is a
Well, but the other thing is that show's going to have to stop.
Americans
in
are
October
just too busy to
when
watch
The Walking
TV.
Dead
Ryan.
starts.
Right.
yeah,
So
But-
they're going to stop the week before The Walking Dead starts. The Walking Dead is going to start the following week. When that's October 10th.
Yeah, but as
I mean,
I
we're only
understand
4
it-
weeks away from that.
As I understand it, there's only 7 episodes of Fear of the Walking Dead anyway. Total. There's only
I
7
don't know if I
episodes
even
total.
feel
So
like
it's-
watching anymore.
So why do they make the show?
what?
Right.
There's only 7 episodes. What is
Because
it? Just
they're
a
making
one-off
a ton
special?
of money. No,
Well, I
it's
think-
probably a test.
It is a test. I mean, honestly, a spin-off episode of an established show that has no character carryover. The only character carryover comes over is the zombies.
Maybe they should
Benson.
do like the True Detective thing with it. Have
It's like if
different-
Dauber made his own show. They would end up just
I'd watch
making
that.
like 5 or 6 episodes of it.
I'd
They
watch
can't
that.
redo Coach.
I'm
Just
up.
Dauber.
I'm almost to season 4.
I'm
Coach.
just saying.
You like Coach? You ever watch Coach?
This is a,
You
this
don't
is
like
a
it. You
real
never
Coach.
watched it.
I never watched it.
You should watch it. It's good.
Okay.
It's football though. It's not.
Oh, I can do football.
It's not.
Yeah, there's a lot of football. It's really in depth in the football
Not
mindset.
really. It's
But what
it's a
other?
comedy.
But what other station is doing
HBO.
the breaks? Okay, so I guess
That's what it comes down to. Dude, there was a huge article, and forgive me, I don't remember
Well,
when
how
it was
long
written.
you got to wait for Game of Thrones?
March.
but they don't
No,
stop in between.
APS starts in April.
But
Yeah,
they don't
okay.
stop in
I see
between.
what
It's
No,
all in one chunk,
you-
and then you're done.
Right.
And then it's all in one chunk, and then you're done.
But then you got to wait for.
But again, I'm happy with 10 episodes because of the quality of that show.
I'm not. I want 26 or whatever it used to be. you
This
know?
year.
No, if you do
HBO.
that, then you're going to get Arrow. Because Arrow does everything in like 24 seasons,
No,
24 episodes.
This year, your HBO subscription is $2,000 because we're bankrolling 3 times as many Game of Thrones episodes.
That's right.
I think if you go quantity like that, you're going to bring down the quality on it. I
But that's
think
exactly.
the quality-
Okay, then.
But
then
don't
give me 10 episodes that are an hour and a half each
Do you remember when?
instead of.
technically
50
HBO's
minutes or
shows
whatever.
would be an hour and a half if they were on regular TV because they are an actual
That's true.
hour long and not 42 minutes.
That's true.
Did you guys watch Ballers yet?
Nope.
Nope.
Because you're just losers. Losers.
I'm watching Friends.
Okay, you're watching Coach. You're watching Friends. Welcome to the '90s, guys. Jeez.
It was a golden era of TV. Seinfeld,
You're right.
Coach,
Seinfeld's on Hulu
Mash
now.
Mash reruns.
MASH rerun, Barney Miller reruns.
Barney
Sure,
Miller.
sure. Andy Griffith was still on television.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Nick at Night.
Happy
Yeah.
Days.
Okay, all right. Seriously though, there was an article which I started to say like 5 minutes ago, written by George Lucas and Steven Spielberg. Like when, what was the thing that the miniseries that before Pacific? What was
Band of Brothers?
Band of Brothers. When Band of
Right.
Brothers first came out, where they talked about that they predicted in the article, Doom and Gloom. I think it was an EW article that the cinema itself was going to stop. Like movies, like quality
Right.
movies, was no longer going to make it to the theaters, and everything is going to move to these
Right.
high quality 10 to 12 episode
I remember
sort of
this.
television programs. And I think half of their prediction has come true. Because really, a lot of the really good big the Forrest Gumps aren't being made.
No, I
anymore.
think that they said that the only thing movies are going to have movies will be the super high production value films, and you're going to end up going to see them, and you'll pay $25.
Yeah.
People will only go see maybe two movies a year, or maybe 3, but they'll be the ones that they like the super big
is
budget
that?
movies.
He's on a crappy microphone.
Oh.
What?
His Uncle Chris hasn't given us back
the football mind is
The football mind borrowed a microphone.
What is he? Is he podcasting without us?
No, he had they had a event at
Right.
Hoover
the
Park
Hoover Park.
in Hartford
Okay.
City. So Doug's on our cheap
Yeah.
like $9 microphone. So it's very psh, psh,
Oh,
psh.
Yeah.
sorry.
Sorry, I'm like, did he miss it? Did he
Where's
lose a
Ryan's
tooth?
sock that he makes sausage with?
This is a family friendly production.
Stupid sauce.
What? Okay, all right, okay, I see that, but I think you're looking at the whole the breaks the wrong way. I mean, I'm fine with the mid-season breaks because essentially you're getting 2 seasons every year. You just have to change. You just have to change your mindset from 12 to maybe 6 good episodes.
Well,
because we just want to see. We want to see a story, and then when the stories go 20 episodes, they get all convoluted and X-Files like.
I don't mind. I guess Walking Dead is not too bad for me because the timing, they end it right before the holiday season,
right? And then it comes back.
So
in
you
February.
you don't really have to worry too much. You get Thanksgiving and Christmas because most people are pretty busy during that time of year, anyways.
And I think that's intentional.
So and then everybody hates January.
Oh, yeah.
So
no, everybody hates Chris, but yeah,
right. He was
on The Walking Dead.
He died.
Sorry, Noah. Yeah, I keep waiting for so I'm hugely sold on Fear the Walking Dead, and I think it's a great
the way he died too.
It did.
Yeah.
It did.
That wasn't
terrible.
right.
That wasn't right.
terrible.
It should have been
that one little.
It should have been Glenn.
No, it should have been that little douchebag.
Yeah.
That one guy from Alexandria.
Which one's Chris?
Chris was Noah.
No, he died in the revolving door.
Yeah.
Oh
He got
yeah,
his face
that was a rough. That was a rough.
Yeah.
I wish everyone could just see Mikey's eyes because they got as big as ping pong balls. I'm just, oh yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, I remember that because I remember that death. That was a big one.
Like I said, I'm a huge fan. There's tension there that wasn't there before. I loved the experimentation, but to me, I'm a big fan of like origin films when it comes to superheroes too. You know, I like seeing those stories develop the first time. So I think getting a chance to see it on the Fear the Walking Dead is great. And I wasn't sold on the cast the first episode. I'm still not sold on Nick. I'm still not sold on that. But the interesting thing is
he looks like Johnny Depp from Woodsy and Gilbert Grape.
Exactly. He even has the same. Even has the same open shirt. You know what I mean?
He does. He looks exactly like him.
So I'm not sold on him, and I'm not sold on some of the other characters, and I don't know, like that tension of being locked in your house and seeing things go out outside your door, or like as they're locked in the barber shop and seeing things going out on the road. It's sort of like Jaws. Because we're not actually seeing the violence. We're hearing noise. We're seeing lights flash across their eyes. Yeah. And we're getting a really good sort of reflection of the fear in their face as they're like, I got to keep my crap together because my kid's in here, my wife's in here, or this whole other family's in here. But I am terrified. Yeah. And it is bleeding through.
Maybe I'm not getting it because I'm not... I'm already predicting what's happening. Like, you know... Maybe I'm not as fearful of it, and I'm not getting the tense because I'm used to the zombies now. Where to the point where like there was the scene where the girl looked out and saw the neighbor who was coughing, and like I turned to Sarah, I was like, 10 seconds, we'll hear a scream, and sure enough, there was a scream, and it was the other neighbor, and he was attacking her, and I was like. Yeah. I wasn't feeling the tenseness of it for the fact being of I think I'm just like prepared for it. I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Have we not known how big it's gotten?
Show? Yeah, if this was the first show, I probably would. I'd probably be a little bit more whoa. You know,
but to me, I think because knowing the mortality, knowing how difficult it will become to survive in this world. You know, seeing sort of the end result and knowing eventually these storylines are going to converge, to me that raises the stakes. Because I'm like, the what's the kid's name? He wanted to come in and get the knife. It was in the school.
That's the thing. Yeah. I keep thinking like, man, you're stupid. Why didn't you grab all that food? Why did you leave that food? You're an idiot. Like that's all that's going through my head.
What is it, Diego? No.
The whole thing is on Walking Dead.
We'll just say, kid, just high school kid. Like I'm like that kid's a survivor. He already has what it takes. That in 5 years from now, when all these people start meeting in Colorado, like he knows, like he's going to be one of the rats that's running there with Glenn and his group. Yeah, he's going to be a grocery getter with them. And I'm like, because he's already has got that wit about him to be like, be scared and cautious first, and then find a way to feed yourself second.
They'll probably run into him again.
Oh, I'm sure they will. I'm 100% sure they will.
The whole thing with Walking Dead now is we've become so desensitive. Like the walkers mean nothing.
That's
now.
the term I was looking for earlier.
You're not even. It's like walkers. You're waiting like what more despicable thing can the actual humans think of to do to one
stab
another?
each other in the back.
Yeah,
Right.
you
That's
know,
true.
and we're just waiting for the new levels of depravity to occur for the humans that actually exist. You know, so what are they going to have to do now in Alexandria? You know, now that what's his face has shown up and found Rick, who's just blew a guy
his
away.
mind, yeah.
You know, Rick's lost his mind or whatever's going on. So.
But see, like, to me, like, and maybe that's why I'm so sold on Fear, is because I'm a little bit. Oh, I read I still read the comics, not necessarily as they come out, but I'll sit down and read when a trade comes out. I feel like I've been living with Walking Dead for like 10 years now, and I've been living with Rick for like 10 years now.
Yeah.
So like,
Right.
So like, I'm kind of over it. Like, I love comic book Rick, TV show Rick. I've never been like, he's never been my go-to guy. And then basically because comic book Rick is Daryl on the TV show. I mean, comic book Rick generally makes almost all the right decisions. Comic book Rick is generally the toughest guy in any group. Comic book Rick only has one hand and he still does all these things because he cut his own hand off because it was useless to him. So I mean, like, comic book Rick is the guy that I'm always looking for and watching for to appear. And I never. They've got this storyline sort of split between 3 or 4 different characters, between Michonne, between Rick, between Daryl, because they need to. They need to diversify characters to make it more dynamic of a show. And I get that and I understand it. And they do a very good job of it. But for me, like Fear, I don't know any of those people.
Right.
I have no conceived conceptions
that's
of the
true.
way it works. So it's like, for me, it's like, I don't know if this is going to be somebody that's good. I don't know if this is going to be somebody that's going to survive. Even just whether or not they survive or not is still up in the air.
That's a good point.
So I've been a huge fan, and I'm applauding their effort, and I can't wait for them to do like Be Wary of the Walking Dead and have them like based in Muncie. You know, that'd be great, wouldn't it? Be wary of so that we have Walking Dead, Fear the Walking Dead.
That's
be
like
slightly concerned.
That's
of the
like
Walking
20
Dead.
years down the road when we figured it all out, and occasionally, grandma turns in, there's one, let's put her down.
Put her down.
So,
Or like that, what was the one movie where they had them as pets? Fido. Did you ever see that?
No.
It wasn't a
I
great
thought you were
movie.
thinking
It was
about
a
the
good-
end of
It was a
Shaun
good
of the
idea,
Dead.
but it wasn't a very good movie where the zombie apocalypse happened, but they ended up containing it, and then people started using them. They had them under control where they were using them as like trained animals to do things for them. Like, it was like people were driving down the roads. It was kind of based in like the 50s, like when it happened, and like they were just zombies out there like mowing the yard and like trimming hedges and stuff like that. And that's what they trained them to do. It's like, these are the lawn ones. There was one doing dishes and stuff like that, but they had them trained to do all these things.
Just the smell would be unbearable.
Yeah.
Just the smell. I mean, that's the one thing in The Walking Dead or any zombie show that they don't. I mean, when you have like rotting meat setting out in the sun for just a day,
Let alone rotten
Like-
flesh.
I can't. Just a herd of rotten flesh that's still moving around. I don't know. It would the smell. I'd be out. I'd be done. I'd be like, I'm out. Thanks, guys. I can't stand here with vomit constantly in the back of my throat.
I think you would get used to it.
Really?
yeah, it's just like people that live next to a big CAFO.
Yeah.
At first they can't.
It's like you
stand
lose,
it, but-
like you don't know your house stinks kind of thing.
Yep.
Are you saying my house stinks?
No.
Oh,
I'm
Or,
just-
like the cottages.
that's
You
true.
just-
But that to me, that was
Yeah.
always a different smell, though.
But like,
Like I always recognized it. Be like,
or smokers.
hey, I'm home.
Yeah, heavy smokers.
No, I guess maybe. I sure. To me, okay. I'll just give you some personal context, some schema here, guys. My mom had
what?
given me like 5 pounds of hamburger one day. Like, here, take this home. We're getting a new beef. Take home this. It was a lot more than 5 pounds of hamburger. Here's this new. We're getting a new beef. We're emptying out the fridge. Here, or freezer. Here, take all this freezer beef home and put it in your freezer, and then you guys can have it. You don't have to buy beef for a while. Oh, okay, that's great. Thanks. Put it in the back of the truck. Drove home.
Forgot about it.
Sat in the back of the truck for 2 days in the sun. Bacon bleeding and thawing in the back of my truck. I opened the door and like I could not even breathe. Like I was on the ground immediately heaving. Like it didn't matter what was happening. And then like you have to clean it out. And then every time I got it in the truck forever, I would still smell. Like I put baking soda, baking powder. I got cleaner from the store to try to suck up the whatever was basically in the carpet at the back of the Tahoe. I mean, I finally got it, or it's gone now. I don't smell it anymore. But for like a summer, it was just like every time you get in there, all right, Angie, like if I was driving, hey, Angie, get in. We're going to roll the windows down. We're going to stick our heads out the windows as we drive. Try to keep your mouth closed so the bugs don't fly in. But, I mean, even just that was a stench that I will never forget. And so when I think of zombies, I think that's what must everything smell like. When Daryl and Carol like walk up to a car and grab a rotting body where the guy had like killed himself or whatever in the car, and they just grab him by the collar and throw him out and jump in, start the car and drive off. I'm just like, there's no way your windows would be up. There's no way you could sit in there and smell that without throwing up in your mouth constantly. Okay, sorry, my rant's over.
Again, I think they're just immune to it now.
They're just immune to it.
It's everyday life.
Yeah, and to a point, guess what? You're gonna live with the smell if you're running from something.
That's
if
true.
the smell isn't the only vehicle that's saving your life, you're gonna live through it.
But even just each other, just imagine how bad they all smell.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be a weird time to live. Because like Daryl and Beth one episode, like they have to hide in this trunk of this car overnight, and I'm just like, man, there's no way your mouth breathing through that all night long. Like there would be nothing. Like I think like when you're watching it, I know like my wife was all like pro Daryl and Beth versus Daryl and Carol, before Beth met what she got coming. But so there's like sort of that romantic, are they, will they, won't they, if they, he's like old enough to be her grandpa sort of thing.
Right.
It's like there's nothing romantic about being in that trunk right now.
No.
You both haven't showered for months. You both stink because you've been running and sweating.
Just
And you're just dirty and you're covered in zombie guts. There's no way you're laying there thinking like, yeah, I could do it.
Again, how long has it been?
I don't know. But that's how the sausage is made, folks. This has been another podcast. You want to put it to bed? You guys want to put it to bed?
You want to hear a funny story? What happened this morning?
Can I hear a funny story, please?
So this morning we were taking the dog out, letting Jules get on the bus, and we had Jonah, and our neighbor, our older neighbor gentleman over here, he always takes his dog. This dog is probably the best dog, most obedient dog I've ever seen. He stops, the dog just walks with him. He stops, she just comes over and just lays down without question. He doesn't even look at her. If he just stops walking, the dog just kind of sits there and just waits. No big deal. Like the best dog in the world. So anyway, so he comes walking up, and I'm taking the dog in the house because our dog, of course, is going crazy on the end of the chain and doesn't know what to do. And so he was like, oh, it's Jonah. He hadn't seen Jonah in a while. So Sarah takes Jonah over there, and they're talking. He's wearing one of those, like the caps that have the button in the front, button flap cap. I don't know.
Like a painter cap?
Like a taxi, like a...
Okay.
I'm talking about the buttons.
The old man.
The old man Barry hat.
Yeah. So anyways, the Barry hat. Sure.
The Barry hat.
So he's sitting there talking to Sarah, and Sarah's got Jonah in her hand. And I saw it, but I wasn't quite sure what it was, that just from the back of his hat, like just scurried across the top of his hat and like across down and went to go down on his face was this spider. And I was a good... probably 6-8 feet back, and I saw it. So that's how big it was. It was like on his hat, and Sarah just out of instinct just bam, and pulls the hat off of this guy's head and like shakes it. Like he kind of like looks at Sarah, like, 'cause Sarah just instantly grabs the hat off of his head as he's talking to Jonah, and she goes, "There was a huge spider on your hat." He goes, "I didn't know what you were doing." This woman just reached up and grabbed the hat right off my head. But it was hysterical because she just wham, like right off of his head, like without even saying anything or like doing and mentioning anything of the spider until the hat was off of his head. Like he just grabbed it.
Did you see the spider?
Yeah, I saw it.
Did it crawl away? Did it crawl away from the hat?
It got away. I think he saw it because I saw him stepping on the ground. But yeah, it was just funny how just like she just like right off of his head.
Which I'll
like,
be
without
honest,
question.
like, that's not bad instinct. That's not bad instinct. The worst instinct would be like, just scream horrendously in his face for no apparent reason. Just to let out one of those like screams that I'm sure we've all heard before.
But it was hysterical because his eyes, he was just like he didn't like jump or move or anything. It was just like his eyes opened up. Like, what is going on?
Just imagine
like,
what he would have done if the thing would have crawled down on his face.
oh, bam! They just smacked him right in the face.
Crawled out of his pants pocket.
So when are we going golfing again?
Tomorrow. You wanna go?
That's right. Well, I can't. You have a full party.
That's true. There's a foursome already. Too bad.
It's true.
Too bad.
Sorry.
Did you actually buy clubs for these kids, or
No, they're not actually playing.
they're not actually playing? Huh?
No.
Where are you taking them?
I can't afford to pay $20 for Jules
Where
to
are you
maybe
taking 'em?
hit the putt a couple times. I don't know. Probably eating again.
Okay.
Been golfing?
No.
Oh.
Not a golfer?
No. Been to the driving range, but that's about it.
Maybe
let
that's
out
where we
from
should
some
go.
Frustration.
Yeah, maybe we should
Take
do
them to the
that.
driving range, and then when you're ready to actually go golf, then call me, and I'll go golf with you.
Well, I think the thing is like, for me, I don't want to take no golfing until he's at least walked the course a few times.
Yeah.
Because I want him to be interested enough before I spend money on him.
Hold on. We're walking?
I don't know. Well,
No, I'm renting a cart.
Oh.
They got a special actually going on. At least on Monday. Monday it's $20 for 18 in a cart.
Oh, I
So
can't.
I don't know.
can't
I
go
don't
on
know.
there.
I don't know what's going on Saturday or Sunday there. So we'll
I don't know.
see.
We'll figure it out tomorrow.
We'll figure it out.
And it's supposed to be like 95 degrees tomorrow.
I know. I hear that from my wife like all week
Oh,
long.
I'm not
she was
going
like,
golfing.
she was like, you can't take him out at 90 degrees. I was like, we'll just do like 9 holes. He's not working hard. There'll just be 2 of us actually golfing. And I would rather just lose my ball than go find it 9 times out of 10. So
Yeah.
As we found out the last time we went golfing.
yeah, I'm just like, it's probably over there.
I was the one
Drop
worried.
another one.
I was the one worried, and I lost 1.
Yeah.
Anywho,
Okay, so this has been a wonderful podcast tonight. This is episode 76. We're if you guys are planning anything for our 100th birthday party, you only have what 24 more episodes, 23 more episodes after tonight.
so 12 more recordings.
12 weeks.
12 more
12 more Fridays.
24 weeks.
24 weeks to go. Half a year.
Hold on, 24
12.
weeks.
12.
So where's 100 gonna fall?
If we have 24 episodes and we're recording 2 episodes a Friday,
Yeah, but we
12
only
weeks.
we only record every other Friday.
we have 12 recordings left. What,
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
Okay.
So stay tuned. We're gonna talk to Blair about some of his passions and hobbies, about basketball coaching and what he's been doing, and how he got into the sport, and how he continues to.
Hey,
Uh,
100th episode is gonna be Valentine's Day.
hey, that sounds good. That sounds good.
Awesome.
That's
Uh,
the Friday before Valentine's Day.
That's all right. It's my wife's birthday right there then too. So come back next week. We'll talk to Blair. Let Blair have a little more airtime. I won't talk so much. I promise.
It's all right.
I
Liar.
apologize.
You're a liar.
I
lying.
consider myself like just steering. Like I don't like it when there's
Steer-
nothing happening.
Steering.
So I just continue to talk
Hey,
until
he
somebody
He likes to
stops me.
steer and no backseat
No,
drivers.
hey, I'm very well aware that when the weekends he would work, I just take the back seat and let him do his thing.
Good call. Good call.
I don't mind. It's gonna be smooth shift. Smooth shift.
Smooth shit.
Smooth.
Smooth shift. Hit that woodwork, boys. Hit that woodwork. Don't forget the baseboard. Okay. It's been a good episode. Had a lot of fun. Can't wait to talk to Blair about basketball here on the next episode. We still got we're gonna have beer brewing coming up here in the next few weeks,
right.
assuming everything goes well.
Come back for that.
We're talking about
episode.
riding in a cop car
Yeah.
coming up real shortly for us. Who wants to ride in a cop car?
This
I want to ride in a cop
is
car.
BOBcast.
Have a little police-friendly episode coming up.
There you
It's gonna be good. Happy Force Friday, everybody! Just under 3 months, we'll all be
Good
seeing the
job.
movie. Pretty excited. You can follow us at BuffaloBrotherhood.com. You can follow us at Facebook.com/BuffaloBrotherhood. You can follow me at Twitter at BuffaloCast. You can follow the show at Bobcast Nation. You can follow Mikey at Fuman. Sorry.
You're close. I put it on repeat because I figured you were
He
going
needs
I-
that. He needs that second half of it.
You can follow Mikey at Fuman2, 2 O's, 2 N's, and the number 2. You can follow Doug at Refight Eagle. You do Twitter? You do Twitter?
Yeah,
have
I do Twitter.
Do you want people to follow you?
Sure, why not?
What's your Twitter?
It's BS Broussard. 4.
BS Broussard
Yes.
4. I'll tell you what, we'll follow him on the show.
There you go.
And then if you're following the show, you can also find Blair that way. Have a great week, everybody. Dang it. I'm so close that time. I'm not making another lap. We're just going to have to fade it out. Do you want me to make another lap?
No, I mean,
You don't want me to?
you do whatever you want.
All right. Greetings to Iceland, folks.
They like the shows long.
They do.
They do.
They
They're
do
long
like,
They
nights.
like the triple ending.
they do like the triple ending. All right. I'm not going to do it again. We'll just let Doug take us back out. See you guys. Bye.
But
Buffalo.com.